seismic horizon interpretation. Here in the 3D window we have a inline and crossline horizon interpretation that we want to evolve into a auto-tracked seismic horizon. For quick access to auto-tracking tools, we can activate the interpretation by clicking on it in the 3D window and heading to the inspector. Here we can head to horizon tracking and customize our settings. However, using this option we would auto-track through the entire volume into areas where we do not have our inline crossline seed grid. To head to the settings, we can click Open Full Settings page from the inspector pane. This opens the auto-tracking settings for the data object that we had selected in the inspector. What we want to do is add a boundary to constrain the extent of our auto-tracking. To produce a polygon around our interpretation data, we can select our interpretation in the 3D window, head to Structural Operations and select Automatic Boundary Polygon. In here I'm going to choose to increase the number of cells by 5 so that we jump over our fault break here. This has produced a boundary polygon around my inline crossline interpretation, isolating my two segments of data here. I can now split my polygons to feed directly into the auto tracking. So I can right click and head to split. I now have polygons 1 and 2 around my separate segments of inline crossline data. Back in the auto tracking tab, I can now feed in my polygons into the constraint settings for boundary polygon, ensure I have the correct seismic volume for auto tracking, and then select 3D track. I can then repeat for both polygons. So I now have an auto tracked horizon that is tightly constrained to my initial seed grid inline crossline interpretation. In this video we're going to look at auto